that you are all doing well. Thank you so much for joining me here today where we're going to create. And today we are going to make bracelets by using macrame. So we have done some macrame in the past. We're going to change it up a little bit this time. We are going to make two bracelets. One is going to be thinner, one is going to be wider. So here are the things we are going to use. So we're going to use some kind of cord. I've just got cotton crochet cord actually, and I've got white and black. We're going to use those colors. It'll be really easy to see which strands we are using that way. A ruler, a pair of scissors, and some kind of tape to tape your project down. First thing we'll do is measure the amount of cord we're going to use. I like to use 48 inches, so I'm just going to measure that 4 times. That should be 48 inches. And then we'll cut the second strand also. The black cord, on this one, I actually am just going to use the white as a basis for that. So this is going to be the thicker cord, and I'm going to fold it in half so I have 4 strands. Then I'm going to go down a little bit from the fold and tie a knot. So just wrap your yarn around and pull it through. So mine is 3/4 of an inch to an inch from the end. We're going to lay the strands out, and because I want us to see alternating colors, so I want to see both the white and the black, I'm going to tape that there. I'm going to put one white and one black in the middle, and I'm going to tape that down so that it doesn't move around while I'm making the bracelet. I'm also going to measure my wrist. So I'm just going to wrap a piece of that cord around my wrist. Measure it out, and I'm at like 6 3/4. So I'm going to measure down 6 3/4 from that knot, and I'm going to put a piece of tape there. So I want to try to create my knots till almost that spot. So we're just going to do a regular square knot, and because of that, I'm going to keep using the same strand to start with. So I'm just going to take a piece of tape and stick that at the bottom of this strand so that if I walk away, I'll remember which strand I was using. So now we're going to take the black strand, put it under the 2 center strands, lay it on top of the white strand, bring that white strand over all of those, and then put it through this loop we created on that side. And because I'm making the flat and not the twisted knot, the square knot as opposed to the half square knot, I'm going to use the black cord again. Goes under those 2 center ones, over the white. We create this loop over here. We bring the white over the black through that loop and pull again. And just keep repeating. If you make a looser knot here, you'll see the center strings. If you make a tighter knot, you won't see those. That is a creative choice. I'll leave that to you to decide. So the bracelets we're going to make here today are all going to be the flat ones. If you wanted to add a twist to your bracelet, instead of using the same strand to start the process, you would alternate strands. So you would decide left side or right side when you started, and you would always take the strand from that side. So right now, the black switches, it goes from this side to this side, so we're alternating sides every time to make the half square knot, which adds a twist to your finished product. You just keep taking from either the right side or the left side. Or actually, your left side or your right side. And once you get going, it just flows pretty quickly. And you can keep going. So I am going to continue working on this. I think you've got the idea already here. So you don't need to keep watching me work on this. And I will just pause. So when I start approaching that tape marking my length of my wrist, I just double check it. So I'm going to take the tape off, I'm going to wrap that around, and that's actually pretty much, so if we look at that, we can put that through and tie it off. If you want to be able to just tie it and leave it on your wrist, then you want to go a little longer. I'm going to call this good. So I'm going to remove the tape at the bottom, remove the tape at the top, just make another knot like I did at the beginning. So we're going to wrap that around our finger, or a couple fingers, that makes it easier. Pull it through. I also want to make sure I get those little ends. All right. Before I cut it off, actually I'm going to cut off that one right there. So before I cut the strands, I'm going to actually feed them through the loop that we created on the end here. It's kind of hard to do that when your wrist is laying down and you can only use one hand. So let's pull that through. I'm going to pull all of those through. Now I'm going to slip that back on my wrist. There's a couple ways you can do that. You can bring that around and tie your knot, or you can take two of these out of there. Let's take the two shorter ones out. And then just tie those to the two longer ones. And tighten. And there we are. I'm going to trim the edges there, the ends. And there is our first bracelet. Now for the next one, I'm going to leave that tape and reuse it. We're going to do the 48 inches again. And the black I'm going to fold over and put like this. This time I'm going to make a thinner style bracelet. So I'm going to use one strand of the white. So I've got the black folded over, I've got one strand of white. So I'm going to once again go around my fingers, pull all four through, no, pull all three strands through. Going to just pull that a little. I want to make it about 3/4 of an inch from the end. There we are. I'm going to tape this end down over here like we did before so I can start tying my knots. This time though, I am going to put one white strand out to this, put the black strand out to that side, one black strand in the middle, one white strand over to that edge. I'm going to measure 6 3/4 inches from the knot. It's about right there. So this time we only need to tape down one strand. And same thing again. Let's take the white strand and we're going to start with that one this time. So I am going to put that piece of tape around the bottom of the white strand, and I'm going to work from the other side this time because it doesn't matter which side you start from. And so the white strand goes under the middle strand, over the black strand. We've created this loop again. We're going to take the black strand over the center strand, put it in through the white strand, and there we go. And see, because I did the last one with the black strand, I almost started with the black strand this time. So that tape on the bottom is a good reminder of which strand I need to start with. And it's the same process all over again. So here we're doing bracelets. You could also use this same technique to make a necklace. So what you would do in that case is measure your neck, and you're going to want to use 8 to 10 times the length of cord that you get that measurement. So for this, my wrist was 6 3/4, and we used 48 inches of the cord. So if you are doing a necklace, say that your neck is 12 inches, you're going to want to use 8 to 10 times that. So around 120 inches. So it looks like we're pretty much done here. I'm going to take the tape off. Take the tape off. Do the same thing. I'm just going to go around a couple fingers there. Bring that center part through. Make that knot, and we can tie that off the same way we did the other one. Alright, so I'm going to tie this one off while I'm wearing it. I want to thank you so much for joining me here today. I hope that you had as much fun making bracelets as I did. We will be back next week with another Explore video and a book video, and we'll be back in 2 weeks with another Create video. So I hope that you will join me then. And until then, I hope that you continue to use your curiosity to explore your world and your creativity to improve it. And there is the first one we made, there's the second one we made, and I did notice that if you flip that over, so the center is the opposite color, so actually you can switch them back and forth and see what you like. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy your summer.